Stop. Look at your hands. Really look at them? These instruments of endless giving, of silent work, of withheld reactions. Now look at your life, the one unfolding in the quiet spaces between your obligations to everyone else. You're exhausted, aren't you? This isn't the fatigue from a long day's labor. This is soul exhaustion, a depletion that sleep cannot touch, a weariness that coffee cannot pierce. You have done everything right. You followed the script written by society, by family, by every well-meaning moral fable. You were kind when they were cruel, believing kindness could armor you against malice. You were generous when they were greedy, convinced your abundance would shame them into decency. You stayed silent when you should have screamed, mistaking your stillness for strength and your silence for wisdom. You told yourself the oldest story, that being the bigger person would eventually pay off, that the universe, in its cryptic accounting, keeps a meticulous score, that if you just gave enough pieces of yourself, your time, your energy, your peace, the world would finally give something back, a return on your investment of goodness, respect, loyalty, love. But it didn't. In fact, the precise opposite occurred. The more you gave, the more they took. Your generosity did not fill them, it only whetted their appetite. The more you forgave, the more they offended, treating your mercy not as a gift but as a green light. You are not respected in this dynamic, you are used. You are not a priority, you are an option, a convenient one, a reliable one, a safe one. And deep down, in the shadowy corners of your mind where you dare not linger, you know the truth. You know exactly why you have spent years, perhaps decades, mistaking weakness for virtue. A philosopher from centuries past, a man history has often painted with the brush of villainy for daring to tell the raw, unvarnished truth, understood this paradox with chilling clarity. He penned the secret that could save you over 500 years ago. It was not a gentle proverb, it was a warning written in the ink of cold observation and the blood of political reality. He observed a fundamental law of human ecosystems. In a world populated by wolves, the man who insists on playing the sheep does not earn a moral reward. He earns a place on the menu. He gets eaten. Today, we are going to perform radical surgery on your personality. This will not be a gentle adjustment or a positive affirmation. This is a dismantling. It will be painful. It will require you to psychologically euthanize the version of yourself that seeks approval, that conflates compliance with character, that bleeds out quietly so others don't have to face their own discomfort. But I promise you this, by the time we are finished, you will understand with devastating clarity why your goodness has been your greatest liability. And you will learn, step by step, how to transform that goodness from a chain that binds you into a weapon that serves you, protects you, and elevates you. But first, the non-negotiable admission. You must say it out loud, in the silence of your own room. The way you are living is not working. Your strategies of endless accommodation are a failure. You are hemorrhaging your vital energy, your spirit, your focus, your dreams, and no one is coming to save you. Because to the world, you don't look like you're drowning. You look like you're swimming happily. The rescue begins when you stop pretending you're fine. Let's begin. Part 1. The brutal mechanics of human nature, why you are being preyed upon. We need to strip away the fairy tales and examine the engine. Human nature, in its raw, unfiltered state, operates on principles of power and efficiency. We are, at our core, animals with complex prefrontal cortices. And one of the most fundamental animal instincts is this: we do not attack what is strong. We attack what is safe to attack. When you are relentlessly good, always agreeable, always available, always forgiving, always turning the other cheek, you are not broadcasting a signal of virtue to the world. You are broadcasting a signal of safety. Safety for them? You are emitting a low-frequency hum that every social predator, every energy vampire, every user and abuser is neurologically wired to pick up. You are announcing, through your behavior, there is no cost to hurting me. There will be no retaliation. There will be no consequence. My boundaries are negotiable, my dignity is flexible, and my resources are yours for the taking. Think critically about the people in your life who command genuine, unwavering respect. Are they the nicest people? Are they the ones who are always apologizing for taking up space, who rush to soothe every tension, who are perpetually there for everyone? Almost never. The individuals who command respect are those who have clearly defined, non-negotiable boundaries. They are the ones capable of uttering a clean, unadorned no without launching into a novel-length explanation to soften the blow. They are the ones who, if you cross a clearly marked line, will make you regret it not with hysterics but with calm, decisive action. Their peace is not a default setting, it is a choice they enforce. Our philosopher from the Renaissance put it with brutal elegance: a man who strives after goodness in all his acts is sure to come to ruin, since there are so many men who are not good. Do not misinterpret this as cynicism. This is not the jaded rant of a misanthrope. This is mechanics. It is as pragmatic as physics. If you walk into a cage of hyenas, extend your hand in a gesture of peace, and believe your good intentions will transform their nature, you are not virtuous. You're a fool. The hyenas will not shake your hand.
They will tear it off. And it is not because they are evil in some cartoonish sense. It is because they are hungry, and you, with your knave offering, have just presented yourself as food. You have likely built your entire identity on this misconception. You've woven a story where your lack of boundaries is proof of your moral superiority. The internal monologue plays on a loop. I don't fight back because I am above pettiness. I don't assert myself because I am peaceful. I don't demand reciprocity because I am spiritually evolved. This is a critical lie. Let's dismantle it. You don't fight back because you are harmless. And there is a cosmic, life-altering difference between being peaceful and being harmless. A harmless man is incapable of violence. He lacks the capacity for decisive action, for fierce protection, for righteous anger. His peace is not a choice he makes from a place of strength. It is a prison of his own inability. It is a lack of options. A peaceful man is an entirely different creature. He is a monster who has learned to keep his sword sheathed. He possesses claws, fangs, and formidable power. He could destroy you, lay waste to your games, and defend his territory with terrifying efficacy. But he chooses not to. He selects peace. That conscious, deliberate choice, that restraint born of strength, is true virtue. That is real power. If you cannot be dangerous, you cannot be good. You are just weak. Your goodness is, then, merely a symptom of your incapacity, not a testament to your character. This is the first, searing truth you must accept. The shift from harmless to peaceful, from prey to protector, begins here. Comment, I am done being harmless right now. Let me see you in the comments. Let's make this real. That simple declaration is the first fracture in the prison wall. Part 2, the economics of you, how you devalued your own currency. Let's move from biology to economics. Not the economics of money, but the economics of you. Your time, attention, energy, and goodwill are your primary currencies. And the most fundamental law governing any currency is the law of scarcity and abundance. What is scarce is valued. What is abundant is taken for granted. Gold is precious because it is rare, difficult to extract, and finite. Air is infinitely more vital to your immediate survival, yet it is free. Why? Because it is everywhere, abundant, and easily accessed. It has no perceived cost. Now, conduct an audit on your own life. What happens when you are always available, responding to texts and calls within seconds, day or night? What happens when you drop your own priorities, projects, and piece to fix a problem that someone else created? What happens when your yes is automatic, cheap, and requires no effort from the requester? You are doing the economic equivalent of flooding the market with your own currency.
You're causing hyperinflation of your personal value. When you are ubiquitous, when your presence and assistance are a constant, reliable, and cost-free commodity, people stop seeing you as a rare gift. They start seeing you as a utility, like running water or electricity. Do you wake up every day grateful for the electricity flowing from your outlets? No. You only notice it, you only value it when it fails. When the power goes out, as long as it works, you plug in, you drain it, you consume it without a second thought. You have, through your own actions, turned yourself into the human equivalent of a power outlet. Our philosopher understood this dynamic at a courtly level. He wrote that for a leader or any person who wishes to maintain power and respect, contempt is the thing to be guarded against most. And what breeds contempt faster than anything? Familiarity without boundaries, unchecked access, the removal of all mystery, all effort, all cost. By being good all the time, you have made your kindness cheap. You hand it out like flyers on a street corner to people who haven't earned it, who actively disrespect you, who offer nothing in return. And because it costs them nothing, no investment, no reciprocity, no respect, they psychologically value your help at the exact price they paid for it. 0. To reclaim your power, you must manufacture artificial scarcity. You must become a central bank for your own soul and dramatically tighten the monetary policy on your energy. You must withdraw, create space. You must become harder to reach. Not playing games, but honoring your own focus. You must make your yes expensive. It must require something: respect, reciprocity, advance notice. When you say no, you are not being mean. You are performing a critical economic function. You are raising your stock price. You are conducting a reverse stock split on your personal equity. You are teaching the world that access to your energy, your time, and your peace is a privilege, not a right. And then watch. Observe the mechanics with detached curiosity. The moment you pull back, the moment you stop over-functioning for others, the moment you allow someone to face the natural consequences of their own incompetence or laziness without rushing in to save them, a fascinating shift occurs. They will begin to look for you. They will call you changed, different, selfish. They will try to shame you back into abundance. Let them. Their confusion is proof your strategy is working. Their discomfort is the sound of your value being reassessed. This is where you need to act. If this is resonating, if you feel that click of recognition, you must subscribe. The algorithm must see that you are serious about this transformation. More people need this message. Hit subscribe right now. This is just the foundation. Part 3. The Savior Complex: Why Your Help Creates Enemies. This is the most psychologically difficult pill to swallow. Your core belief, the one that has driven you into the ground, is this: if I save people, they will love me. If I am indispensable, they will never leave me. My generosity creates loyalty. This belief is not just incorrect, it is categorically backwards. Generosity does not create loyalty. It creates debt. And human beings have a primal, psychological aversion to being in debt. It makes us feel weak, inferior, and obligated. When you constantly solve other people's problems, when you insert yourself as the savior, the fixer, the emotional custodian, you are not just offering help. On a subconscious level, you are communicating a devastating message: I am competent, and you are not. I can handle this, and you cannot. I'm the adult in this situation, and you are the child. The initial reaction is gratitude. Thank you so much. I don't know what I'd do without you. This feels like validation. It feels like love. But time is an alchemist. It transforms that gratitude into dependency. The person learns they do not need to develop their own muscles because you will always carry the weight. And dependency, over time, ferments into resentment. No one, no matter how kindly the help is offered, enjoys feeling helpless, incapable, or perpetually in another's shadow. To protect their own fragile ego, to reclaim a sense of agency, they must begin to resent you. They will find microscopic flaws in your help. They will reframe your generosity as control. They will whisper that you are condescending, that you always have to be the hero. They will, eventually, bite the very hand that feeds them. This is not an anomaly, it is a predictable psychological sequence. Our philosopher watched this play out in the treacherous courts of Renaissance Italy. He saw princes and lords try to buy loyalty with lands, titles, and gold, only to be betrayed and overthrown by the very men they enriched. Why? Because the beneficiary eventually needs to prove, to themselves and to the world, that they are not a creation of the benefactor, that they have their own power. And the most potent way to prove you don't need someone is to destroy them. To erase the living proof of your former weakness. If you are the family fixer, the friend group therapist, the office martyr, stop. You are not helping. You are robbing people of their necessary struggles. You are stealing the vital lessons that only failure, discomfort, and personal effort can teach. You are preventing them from becoming strong. And in the tragic twist of this dynamic, you are writing yourself into the villain's role in their personal narrative. True goodness is not carrying someone else's burden. It is having the strength to let them carry it themselves, even when you can see them stumble. It is respecting their autonomy enough to allow them to suffer the natural consequences of their own choices. It is trusting in their capacity to grow more than you desire the temporary hit of validation you get from being needed. Stop trying to purchase love with servitude. It is a currency that holds no value in the economy of genuine respect. I need to see who is getting this. Comment no more savior below. Let's break this pattern together. Part 4. The Covert Contract, the hidden manipulation in your selflessness. Now, we look directly into the mirror. You say you're a good person. You say you give without expecting anything in return. You're lying, not necessarily consciously, but profoundly. We all operate with what psychologists call covert contracts. These are the invisible, unspoken agreements you have written in the ledger of your mind. You have signed them in blood. The other person has no idea they exist. The contract reads, I will listen to your emotional dumping for 3 hours, and in exchange, you will ask about my day. I will work late, cover your shifts, and neglect my own goals for this project, and in exchange, you will recognize my worth and promote me. I will sacrifice my happiness, my desires, my identity to serve this relationship, family, and in exchange, you will never leave me and will love me eternally. Here is the catastrophic flaw. They never signed the contract. They never even saw the terms. They're living their life, operating on their own set of assumptions often that you are just a really nice person who likes doing these things. So when the inevitable happens, when they don't ask about your day, when the promotion goes to the loud, self-promoting colleague, when they leave or take you for granted, your entire internal world collapses. You feel betrayed, cheated, enraged. You scream the infamous refrain, after everything I did for you. And they look at you, genuinely confused. But I never asked you to do all that. This goodness of yours is not charity. It is advanced manipulation. It is an attempt to control the behavior and emotions of others through strategic overgiving. You are trying to guilt-trip the world into giving you the love, respect, and security you are afraid to ask for directly. And it never, ever works. It only leaves you feeling bankrupt and bitter. Our philosopher advised the ultimate pragmatism: see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. The reality is this: people are primarily driven by self-interest. This is not evil, it is biology. If you give without setting clear terms, if you offer your resources without requiring a reciprocal investment, they will take. Not out of malice, but because you have made it the easiest, most logical course of action. That is not a character flaw in them, it is gravity. You must tear up the covert contracts now. If you choose to do something, do it only because you genuinely, authentically want to.
With zero expectation of a return, no hidden hopes. If you cannot do it with that pure intention, do not do ID. A resentful yes is more poisonous than a clean no. If you want something, a promotion, a reciprocated effort, a specific behavior, ask for ID directly. Use your words. If your assistance has a price, whether it's credit, reciprocation, or simply respect, name that price up front clearly. I can help you with this, but I'll need you to take the lead on the next client presentation. I have 10 minutes to listen right now, and then I need to focus on my own work. Clear terms. Transparent agreements. No hidden ledgers, no silent tallying of debts, no building resentment. This is how a strategic, integrated person operates. This is how you exit the victim narrative you have authored for yourself. Are you seeing the pattern? Are you ready to tear up your contracts? Like this video, if you are. Share it with someone stuck in the same cycle. The algorithm rewards bravery. Part 5. The Lion and the Fox. Integrating your strategic shadow. Or philosopher's most enduring metaphor is that of the lion and the fox. He posited that the lion, for all its magnificent strength, cannot defend itself from traps. The fox, for all its cunning, cannot fend off wolves. Therefore, to navigate a dangerous world successfully, one must know how to be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. Most self-proclaimed good people are neither. They are sheep. They possess neither the lion's claws to fight back against blatant aggression, nor the fox's cunning to detect subtle manipulation and entrapment. They simply graze in the field, hoping the butcher doesn't choose them today, offering up prayers of niceness as their only defense. To survive, and more importantly, to actually accomplish genuine good in the world, you cannot remain one-dimensional. You must integrate your shadow. You must develop the capacities you have been taught to repress. This brings us to the most misunderstood yet most crucial concept: strategic cruelty. The term will make you flinch. It sounds horrific, antithetical to everything you believe. But listen, not with your conditioned morality, but with your logic. Is a surgeon who cuts you open with a scalpel attacking you? No, he is inflicting a controlled, precise trauma to save your life. If he were too nice to cut, too afraid of causing pain or being seen as cruel, you would die from the malignancy inside. His action is strategically cruel. It serves a higher purpose, your survival and health. You must learn to wield the psychological and social scalpel. Cutting a toxic, draining friend out of your life is not mean. It is strategic cruelty to protect your mental peace and preserve your energy for true connections. Firing a competent but morally corrosive employee who destroys team culture is not mean. It is strategic cruelty to save the mission and the well-being of the collective.
Ending a romantic relationship that has no future is not mean. It is strategic cruelty to stop wasting both your and their precious time, allowing you both to move towards something real. The nice person avoids these actions. They tolerate the toxicity. They enable the bad behavior. They stay in the dead-end situation. Why? Because they are terrified of being the bad guy, of bearing the temporary social discomfort of conflict. And in their avoidance, they allow the gangrene to spread. They cause tenfold more suffering, prolonged misery, eroded trust, wasted years, all to protect their fragile nice person identity. The strategic individual, the one who has integrated the fox's cunning and the lion's strength, acts swiftly and decisively. The principle is surgical. If the limb is gangrenous, you cut it off. You do it cleanly. You do it quickly. You do not saw timidly at the bone, prolonging the agony. You must develop the stomach for short-term, acute conflict. You must be willing to be disliked, criticized, or misunderstood today in order to build a life of long-term peace, respect, and authentic connection tomorrow. The unwillingness to endure that short-term fire is what keeps you burning slowly for a lifetime. Society has a vested interest in you remaining a sheep. Sheep are easy to manage, to shear, and to lead to slaughter. Examine the programming. Turn the other cheek. Don't rock the boat. Be a good boy. Be a nice girl. Who does this programming serve? It does not serve you. It serves your employer who wants compliant workers. It serves systems that want docile citizens. It serves toxic family structures that rely on a designated martyr to maintain a dysfunctional equilibrium. They have weaponized your own morality against you. When you finally try to set a boundary, what is the immediate weaponized response? Oh, so you're too good for us now. You've changed. I thought you were a kind person. This is not feedback. This is a trap. It is a lever designed to pull you, via guilt and shame, back into your assigned role. They are using your desire for the good person label as a leash. Our philosopher wrote the antidote. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. His lesson is masterful. Appear virtuous. Maintain the social graces. Be polite. Be charming. Smile. But do not let the mask fuse to your face. Behind the agreeable smile, you must be calculating, assessing intentions, measuring value, observing patterns. Behind the polite demeanor, you must be capable of the lion's roar and the fox's stealth. You must perform a radical dissociation from the label of good person. That label is a cage, and they hold the key. When someone calls you selfish for protecting your time, agree with them. You're absolutely right. I'm being selfish with my time right now. It's a precious resource. When someone calls you cold for not engaging with their manufactured drama, say nothing.
Let your silence be the answer. Do not, under any circumstances, launch into a defense of your character. No, I'm really a nice person, The moment you do that, you have lost. You have handed them the gavel and knelt before their bench. Take the gavel back. You are the only judge of your character that matters. This is the core of the transformation. Subscribe now if you are committed to becoming integrated lion and fox. This channel is your blueprint. Part 6, the physics of energy, why you are neglecting what matters. Mossorts talk about the cold, hard physics of your existence. Energy is a finite resource. You wake up each morning with a certain allotment of psychological, emotional, and creative fuel in your tank. Every single interaction, every decision, every favor granted against your will, every moment spent managing someone else's emotional state burns fuel. The critical pathology of the pathologically good person is that they have a gaping hole in their fuel tank. They leak energy incessantly, promiscuously into the void. They burn fuel worrying about what the stranger in the coffee shop thought of their order. They burn fuel agonizing over a tersely worded email they sent 3 days ago. They burn fuel by absorbing and carrying the emotional weight of their partner's bad day, their friend's chronic crisis, their colleagues' incompetence. By 2:00 p.m., they are running on emotional fumes. They are hollowed out, irritable, and cognitively depleted. And here is the ultimate tragedy: who receives the worst, most drained, most resentful version of you? The people who actually matter most. Your spouse, your children, your deepest friendships, your own creative dreams. You give your prime energy, your patience, your presence, your good humor to strangers, co-workers, and energy vampires. Then you come home to your sacred inner circle with nothing left to give but your exhaustion and your snippy residue. You snap at your partner. You are too tired to play with your kids. You abandon your personal projects. Ask yourself brutally, is this goodness? Is this virtue? No. It is profound negligence. It is the neglect of your primary duties and deepest loves in service of appeasing secondary characters in your life story. You are prioritizing the opinions of bit players over the well-being of your starring cast. To be truly good, to be a steadfast pillar for your family, an inspiring leader, a creator of lasting value, you must become ruthlessly, ferociously selfish with your energy. You must hoard it. You must guard it like a dragon guards its gold. You must learn that the most powerful word in the universe is a strategic no. Every time you say no to something that does not align with your core mission or values, you are thundering yes to something that does.
No to the obligatory, draining after-work drink is yes to the gym, to your side hustle, to reading with your child. No to the quick favor that derails your afternoon is yes to your own project's deadline. No to engaging with gossip or drama is yes to your inner peace. Our philosopher, in his guidance for rulers, advised them to be stingy with their own treasury so they would not be forced to brutally tax their people later. The parallel is exact: be stingy with your energy and yes is now, so you do not later rob your loved ones and yourself of your presence, your passion, and your peace. Part 7, the new operating system, from blind goodness to strategic goodness. So how do we enact this? How do we stop being the victim without becoming the villain? We engineer a system upgrade. We migrate from blind goodness to strategic goodness. Blind goodness is naive, compulsive, and fear-based. It gives because it feels it has to. It is rooted in the fear of rejection, conflict, and being perceived as bad. It has no boundaries, it is the boundary, perpetually shifting to accommodate others. Strategic goodness is conscious, deliberate, and strength-based. It gives because it chooses to, from a place of abundance. It is rooted in self-respect and a commitment to authentic impact. It has ironclad, non-negotiable boundaries that protect its core. Here is your new operating system. Install it immediately. 1. Trust actions, never words. Our philosopher knew men are liars. Stop being hypnotized by promises, apologies, and future faking. Become a historian of people's behavior. Patterns never lie. What have they consistently done? That is their true contract with you. 2. Make them earn it. Stop giving VIP-level access, vulnerability, and energy to general admission people. Loyalty, trust, and your deepest support are a subscription service, not a free public park. Let people demonstrate their character through consistent action before you grant them access to your inner world. 3. Weaponize silence. When faced with disrespect, manipulation, or emotional blackmail, your most potent weapon is not a clever retort. It is silence. Do not argue. Do not explain. do not defend. Silence is an amplifier. It forces the other person to sit in the echoing emptiness of their own behavior. It withdraws the oxygen from their drama. 4. Cultivate the willingness to walk away. This is the ultimate source of power in any negotiation, any relationship, any conflict. The party most willing to walk away from the table holds all the power. If you need the job, the relationship, the approval, they own you. If you choose it from a place of genuine desire and can walk away if terms are violated, you own yourself. Build your life so you are always, psychologically, able to walk away. This path will trigger backlash. When you start setting boundaries, people who benefited from your boundlessness will react with anger, confusion, and shame campaigns.
They will call you arrogant, selfish, changed. Let them. Their anger is not a sign you are doing something wrong. It is a biometric confirmation that you are finally doing something right. You are breaking a pattern that was feeding them. You are disrupting a system that parasitized your energy. You will feel guilt. The old programming, the decades of conditioning will scream at you to apologize, to fix it, to smooth things over. Do not listen. Sit in the discomfort of the guilt. Let it burn. It is not a truth, it is a withdrawal symptom. It is the weakness leaving your body. Conclusion: the integrated sovereign war philosopher was not advocating for evil. He was a pragmatist advocating for effectiveness. There is no glory in being a doormat. The graveyard is the richest soil in the world, fertilized by the unrealized potential of nice people who never lived their own lives because they were too busy being a supporting character in everyone else's. The cost of being a good person by society's domesticated definition is your self-respect, your potential, your one wild and precious life. That is a price far too high to pay. You can be kind. You can be generous. You can be compassionate, but you must do so from a position of sovereignty, not servitude. You must be a king or a queen who, from the security of their own strong castle, chooses to grant favors, not a servant who owes them. The world does not need more harmless people. It needs strong, good people. It needs people with teeth who consciously choose to smile. It needs people with claws who use them to build and protect, not to scratch and tear. It needs you to wake up from the coma of compliance. So the choice is now, in this moment, will you continue to be food for the wolves, or will you become the creature the wolves fear? The door of your cage was never locked. You have been sitting in an open cell. Stand up, walk out, begin. If you are ready to stop being used and start being respected, if you are ready to master the psychology of sovereignty and strategic power, you must subscribe to this channel. We do not trade in comforting lies. We deal in the cold, hard, actionable truths that build empires, forge unbreakable character, and reclaim stolen lives. Share this video aggressively. Tag someone who needs to wake up. Smash that like button, so the algorithm pushes this to every person stuck in the cycle of niceness. And finally, drop this affirmation in the comments to seal this pact with your future self, to make it real, to declare your independence from weakness. I am no longer prey.